When we look at the sectors that our funds invest currently, I think we see a lot happening in the deep tech sector, artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity to some part. We spoke with you, for example, UiPath raising in the robotic automation process, 150 million from Axel and Kleiner Perkins out of Romania and New York. So that's very exciting. Besides deep tech, we see also digital healthcare as an emerging sector. So it's a lot of funds coming from the more generalist tech background that are looking at the healthcare space, not necessarily from drug development or discovery, but more from a technological angle. So there we see increased investment activity. And then there are some niche sectors. We just backed a fund that raised a food tech focused strategy. So there are some agri-tech funds as well. Generally, I would say in the more mature markets, we see more specialization amongst VCs. I think the biggest challenge remains is still fundraising. So it's still difficult to raise institutional capital, especially for smaller funds where institutional investors like to write bigger tickets. Also, it's still a very dispersed institutional LP base. There are only a few fund of funds that do regularly European VC. You might have seen in the news that the European Commission launched together with EIF on Tuesday the Venture EU initiatives. So backing 6 private fund of funds in Europe and trying to catalyze thereby 2.1 billion euros on the fund level and further generating above 6 billion on investment on company level. So we hope that this will provide more liquidity and more fundraising support for European VC funds. I see it continuing on the positive path it has been so far. So we've seen good exits. Obviously, one has to mention the direct listing of Spotify, which has been very successful so far. They're still trading between 25 and 30 billion. And obviously many European funds had exposure to Spotify. So we expect in the coming weeks and months healthy returns from that investment through those funds, and we expect that capital to be reinvested and thereby generate further investment opportunities in the European market. So overall, I think there will be increased investment activity. There will be also improved cash-on-cash returns, which is very important for the industry.